What up, guys? What up? Welcome in. Welcome in. All right. So here we are before the lock. I haven't built any of my 10 lineups, so I got a lot of work to do. So we're probably going to be building on this show a lot. So we're going to be putting lineups in. So ask your questions. We're going to be referring to the projections here. I got everything up, I think. I am checking out Goldie's been promoting this Fantasy Labs thing for lineups. So it looks like a lot of the lineups are in. Maybe Baltimore's not in yet. But like you can use this, or I use like the Roto Grinders one. Um, but I mean they're all in SaberSim here too, so you just kind of filter in the teams you want, look at all the batters and whatnot. So pitching wise, we should probably talk about that first. I kind of have my tool up here, guys. So this is what I'm going to be basically using to build a lot of my lineups. It gives my rating right here, guys, a playbook. So it kind of targets some of the stacks I had from my early research that I'm looking at, which is like a leverage favorite play of mine. And then you got some of the favorites. But the Braves are going to be real chalky today. I don't think my pitching projections have changed much. Lodell, Gosman, Woodruff, Steele. I think he's a good price on FanDuel as well as DraftKings at 6K. So I think he's getting a little bit more popular. So I had him originally as I only have him as a leverage play on FanDuel versus like because you need two pitchers on DK. So he might not be the top option on FanDuel, but he's a decent price at 8.6, I think. And then we talk like Justin Steele over there at 6K on DK. It helps you get a lot of the bats in, and the bats are priced up. Like if you're playing the Astros or some of the Yankees big bats or like a Otani or Trout or something, they're kind of priced up. Yeah, so he's a pretty good play on DK. I think I got the right slate, right? Everything looks good. So yeah, this is the playbook I put out on the site, guys. You can see it on the site. I just pulled up the Excel file here because I got it on my computer. So hopefully you guys can see that. Oh, you guys can't see that, can you? Doesn't show up for you. Why is that? I'm showing it on my screen. Hang on. My bad. All right, there's the playbook, guys. And why did it disappear? All right, here's the playbook, guys. I just talked about right here. Yeah, so you can see my ratings are still the same. I'll just go over quick. Justin Steele, you can see that I like these top pitchers. I don't have any interest too far down the list. I mean, you're going to get leverage on like Evaldi. You're going to get leverage on like some of these other guys. I'm looking at the ownership. I mean, if you compare the ownership here to some of these guys, um, yeah, ownership. I need to move it over a little bit farther, right there. So Strider's projecting pretty good in SaberSim, like versus what I got. So my projections are coming from a different source. So this is how I built my projections, and these are kind of my stacks and leverage options on the playbook. So SaberSim really likes for DK. They really like Strider today against Washington, which is fine plays, rating out number 3 or 4 on the play. He's pretty high owned. There's a lot of other factors that go into it. I mean, he has a great opponent total. He's got an extreme pitchers umpire. So I mean, Strider's like one of the guys that I locked in here at number 3. So I mean, he's one of the guys. I just think there's other value. Like Lodell's a lot cheaper. You get a lot. The bats are expensive today, so I like the Steel combo with Lodell. I like some of these other guys, but Strider's definitely a top play. So I mean, we're going to build some lineups here. I mean, it's pretty simple to build lineups here. You go to GPP. I'm going to do the 150 max. I'm going to do the big GPP. I'm going to probably bump up my salary a little bit more because I get a lot of wonky lineups. So I like to keep it pretty standard here. And then I'm just going to start a new build process. What's up, guys? Hey, Rohde, what up? Yeah, man, doing the live show for you guys. I haven't built any of my lineups, so we're going to have to really pump some lineups in. Um, yeah, so a lot of Red Sox stacks for you today. Actually, I didn't switch my screen, so I keep screwing you guys over on what I'm talking about, and you totally missed how I built my 500 lineups here. So yeah, we got the lineup builder up here. What up, guys? Glad to see you, Joanne, Kevin, Eric Johnson. What up, my guys? Okay, so we should be showcasing. You guys should be seeing the projections. I just built 500 lineups. I must have made some tweaks to it because it definitely gave me lineups versus making an edit. I got some of these wonky things in the way. Sorry about that. And then you just kind of go to your team stacks and see what it's giving you. It's giving you a lot of exposures. So if we really go with my stack page is saying, which I can't really pull it up at the same time, but I can look at it on my other screen here. So the stacks that I like, you're getting a lot of the Red Sox stack, which I have them as a top stack. So yeah, maybe you want like 20 of those or something. But I want some LA for sure, which we're getting LA, I think, maybe 15. And then I want a little bit of Houston. They were one of my stacks. Did I just wipe them out? 10, something like that. And yeah, so those are the main ones. And then I only ever stack 5-man. So like I'm getting some wonky. Oh, this shows all 5-man. This is what I want here. Game stacks, no stack types. I just want 5, like 100% of the time. So at least it gives me 5. And then I just kind of do another rebuild or no, apply. So yeah, I probably overstacked some stacks on here. Yeah, I didn't apply the stacks. I might have screwed up how to do this. Like, yeah, I might have to just re-download my stacks here. Oh, there we go. So we might have to just re-download it all. So we should be getting all 5-man stacks. Here's like a 5-3. Here's like a 5 Phillies. No, it's still 4. Oh, that's cool. I didn't even know you could do that. I'm still learning a lot of this stuff, guys. No, I don't want to do that. I just want to apply these stacks. All right, let's just rebuild. All right. So we need to go through some plays. I went through pitching. We need to go through teams we like. We like the Red Sox. I might just go through the teams quick. First, I like the Yanks. Ownership is coming in kind of low on some of these guys. So this is a team stack I like. They got a high total. They're kind of popping a little bit more on DraftKings and FanDuel equally. Their ownership's not that high. I want to go to batters. I wanted to just show the batters in the game. So yeah, we're gonna look at some of these guys. They're gonna be 3% owned to 1% owned. I like that. So I'm gonna have some Yankees there at a 4.6 total. Atlanta, obviously the chalk stack of the day, 17. Look at this ownership. We faded him night 1. It worked out for us, but that doesn't mean it's gonna work out for us today. So maybe if you want to get different, you maybe play some different pitching options that I talked about, and then you kind of get different with the bats, or you can play these like a 3-man. Like they're just so cheap. Like Harris is still cheap. He's batting number 5 today. So you might want some of these guys. Like I love Travis Arnott. He's always good at catcher. Like at batting 6 too. Like he's one of my favorite plays. He won me a lot of money in the past. He was in one of my lineups. Another team I like. We talked about Houston. They're more pricey. Look at these price tags, but you get some cheaper guys too. Like this Corey Youngs. He's pretty new. He's batting 9th though today. I don't really like that. Pena's been pretty good. Abreu at 4,200's got some upside, I think. So, I mean, if you're going to do an expensive stack, you might just have to search for a value stack in here, which we have a few value stacks. I think the one on my list, Orioles, not the Orioles. They're pretty cheap, though, I think. They haven't come out with a roster, but they have some cheaper guys like Hayes at batting 3,800. They got Urias, had a big game last time at 6, batting 6 at 3,000. That's pretty good for DK pricing. So yeah, there's that. So and then I think the Angels were the other stack I like. That's cheap. Maybe the Angels had some cheaper guys. Now Jake Lamb from was a former Dodger. He's there. Some of those maybe cheaper pieces. They're kind of expensive though, because you want the big bats in the Angels. So like those are the kind of stacks I like. I think even the Yankees had a couple cheaper guys like Donaldson batting 5th at 3,200. I like that price tag. So yeah, you just kind of find some cheaper pieces in your stack, and then you'll be able to fit them in. We could go back to KC, a little bit too. But let me pull up something on the other screen here quick for you guys, and then I'm gonna take questions, guys. Throw some questions in there. You got your big bats that are gonna be popular. Boston, Devers. Duvall's cheap for Boston. I'm just looking at some value pieces I got on this list over here. Luke Raley for Tampa Bay against Detroit. You got batting 5th. I kind of like the Rays. How they end up moving up a little bit. Rays are decent. They're in the middle of the pack, I'd say. So yeah, I think no, I don't do 100% 5-3. That's why I kind of wanted this to have 5 be 100%. Like I wanted this to be 100. So it's like 5%, like 5%. Um, so it's like 5% or not 5%, 5-man stacks, but like it can be one guy, 3 guys on the other side or whatever. But I'm gonna have to put some lineups in here. So I'm gonna have to get off and put these in or build some of these on the show. Which I can we'll go through some. Mike Trout under 10% owned. Yeah. Sucks when you're building the lineups, you can't kind of see what they are. Yeah, I like the Angel stack today a lot. I think that's a good stack for you guys to play. Um, he's at 8%, 10% Otani, like, and then you can just play other guys with that stack. Like Ward, just play all 3 of those guys and stack it up. Like if you go to your team stacks, you're gonna have Angels are 17 of my stacks on here, and I got all 5-mans now. I think should be all 5-mans. You see that? So we can go through all 5-man stacks, and we kind of just look at lineups that we like. Like I'm using a lot of the salary. This is a Mets. This is a Phillies. So you just kind of it's generic to see what we get, and then I don't usually do too many settings adjustments. Okay, here's an Angel stack. I kind of just go through all the stocks and just see which ones I like, and then I play them. So that's kind of what I do. Or I'll hand build them. Like I'll just like go to the roster on DraftKings, and then I'll hand build some. Maybe I'll show you that in a second. This is Trout Ward, like I talked about. Otani at first base, and then you got this cheap catcher they got 3,100 in the 9 spot. You do have Sale and you got Eflin. This is some really wonky pitching, man. Look at the ownership on this lineup is nuts. You get weird enough lineups in this build that you like kind of like freak out a little bit on some of these stacks. We're getting a lot of Marlins too, a little bit of Mets. Here's another Angel stack I like. Looks like Torres is coming in second a lot. I really like this catcher. And like we can build a different one here too. So Wheeler's on the list. But he's down the list pretty far. Like he moved up a little bit. Maybe he's like 6th now. I don't know what I had him on the playbook. I think he was like 7 or 8, but he's moved up a little bit. No, he was about that. That's where he was about. It's so tight actually between Wheeler to Lodel. It's about a 1 point difference, guys. So take that for what it's worth. It's about a 1 point difference when you're building. Even sales included in that. He's right there in Sandoval at 17 to 19. So a 2 point difference between Sale, Sandoval, Wheeler, Steele, Strider, Woodruff. It's really about price. I would actually like to build a lineup. And can you guys see this? Okay, perfect. Okay. So let's just build one then, put it in here. So if we like Strider, we can lock him in. We like Lodel, or we like one of my pitchers I like today is Steele at 6K. Okay, we like that. Then we like the Angel stack. So we're gonna go to lineups. We're gonna play Ward Tani. We could play a cheap third. What did that lineup look like? It had Ward, Trout. It likes Rendon, but we might have to get away from that Rendon play, and we might have to play Lamb. He's cheaper, but we don't need cheap if we got not as expensive pitching. You can also play Renfroe in there. He's batting in the outfield, but it takes up all of your outfield spots, which is what I don't like. Right? Yeah, he's in the lineup, right? Are all these guys in the lineup? Yeah, they're all in the. Or we play this cheap catcher, but we don't have to play the cheap catcher. Let me check. I got multiple screens working, so that helps us out a little bit. Murphy for Atlanta is not starting anymore, so I need to update that. We could play like Lopin, or we could play Travis Arnaud there too. So we can do like a stack with like a low owned. I like Jake Lamb at third. He's cheap. He's batting 6. That's a good value bet, I think, right there. So then we just kind of find our last guy, whether we like Gio here, or we like, let's just go with the cheap catcher. Like, look at this. This is kind of a wonky lineup. I like this lineup. Then we got second short and outfield with $4,100 left. We can kind of go in here. We can stack another team. We talked about Yankees are probably not going to be that spot. Who do I like best at second? So then I usually kind of go like, which team I like best at second? Like Albies, you could probably stack it up with there. Torres, like Izzy Yank, we could do. More like shortstop. I don't know what we want to do. Like Pena, we could do that kind of stack. You could do like Pena, and they don't really have a good second. Like it don't matter. You can kind of stack it up however you want. With Junior, like Minnesota against Gray, KC against Gray today again. I stack KC weekday one. They're not popping that much. They're kind of on the bottom, but like Witt steals bases, so we like that upside. So you could play like a one-off Witt at 4,900 or something like that at shortstop. You kind of see, yeah, McNeil, Lindor, and Nemo. You kind of like that. Yeah, but we're gonna be pricey though. Let's. I got a lot of lineups to build in a little 20 minutes, don't I? We better get moving. McNeil at second. He is 4K. And then who'd you say? Nemo? Yeah, that's a little pricey though. So we'd have to drop Strider down, which we could do that. We kind of fell right out of that price tag that we like at 8,800 though. That's our problem there. So the only thing is you could drop Trout to like Ward, but would you want to do that or something? I don't know. Or you play just that, or you go back to play Lodel at pitcher. And then oh man, we just missed out on shortstop. I think on Witt, $200. See, that's kind of what you do. You just kind of target these guys that I like, like some of these upside guys. And then you could play Corey Seager against Wheeler, but I mean, we don't really. He's not on my list. Texas isn't on my list today, so I don't really like Texas. So I'm not going to play guys off it. I mean, you can do that, or you play. We got different options here. We don't need McNeil because Mets are popping, so we could play Gilmore. He's had some big games. We got a cheaper outfielder. We could play get off of him and play him in the outfield, Lindor, and then we can play a different second baseman. 3,900 second. I think I had a guy there. A Yank batting leadoff, LeMahieu. I don't mind that play. We talked about them. We have Brandon Lowe, also a really good second baseman at 3,700. I really like that play, guys. Right there, there's a lineup. And we can almost get we can almost get Strider too. Could probably drop down to a cheaper second baseman. Ario for Boston, Arias for Baltimore. I like. Ooh, yeah. Or Ario's batting pretty decent. He's projecting pretty good. And Urias is projecting pretty good too. Man, what do you like there, guys? You like any of that? We can keep Strider and we can do Steele, and then we can grab like Ario against Baltimore. Yeah, I like Ario the best. I think there's a good lineup, and then you just put it in. Okay. Boom. There's our one lineup. It's a 5-2-1, and then we go build another one, So here we are. We're building lineups. And maybe we want to do a different iteration of that last lineup. So maybe we do want to play the double cheap pitcher. We want to get rid of Ario. We want to play a Tampa Bay stack or something. Maybe as a 3-man stack here. And so you just kind of mix it up. And then we're gonna build our lineups. And then we got Brandon Lowe. We got Wander Franco, which I like. There's 2 cheaper players against Detroit. We like this. And then we kind of got options at outfield. We got wrong button, Jake. 4,900. Lewis Roberts, Springer, 4,900. We can grab a high end guy, or we can pay up again at pitcher. We don't need we don't need that. So our cheapest best value is Michael Harris, 3,700, 4,900. We got Lewis Robert against your righty. He's projecting pretty decent, actually, for an outfielder. Can do a one-off there, or we could do Tampa Bay. Let's just do a 3-man Tampa Bay stack. I like that. Put a reason there, which I like him a lot. We're $200 short, which sucks because we've like either 200 ahead or 200 below. Puts us in a really tough spot, though. Maybe instead of Trout, we play Hunter Renfroe. Remember, we did have that option. Damn, 200 short. What is this 200, guys? What is this 200, man? What is this 200? You like Phillies without Harper? Yeah. See, I'm playing a stack without without my man Trout here, so we can do this easily. You just kind of move it around, and then you kind of just actually. I got a better idea. Let's get rid of Franco, or let's get rid. Let's go Otani, Ward, and Trout, and Mike Trout. So Ward, Trout, Otani are three main guys, and then Ariza, Franco. Then we want a Tampa Bay stack, which I don't mind. Diaz is cheap, like that play. And then catcher, they got Majea at 9, batting ninth for 3,000, which I like that. But we are quite expensive here. I don't think we can do that. That's too much. I don't have another cheap pitcher. Renfro, we need still. Diaz is decent cheap. Reese is not very helpful. $7,300 pitcher. What do we got? Miguel, nothing really anybody on my list. I'd like to get up to one of these guys. So we just kind of built lineups, guys. Took a couple of flies on Confronto at 3,300. I like that. I'm gonna just probably go through some of these other. Chris Sale is 6,700 though. Let's just throw him in. I mean, we have the space for that. Damn, I literally needed 700. No, 900 for Trout. Damn, who's cheaper for Tampa Bay? Outfielders. Siri, Low. Ooh, Low. What's he batting? 8th. Series 6, 2,600. Yeah, that screws us up. Kind of like this one. We got to build lineups, so we got to go. All right, let's go back to Saber. Look at what we got. Let's scroll through. Who do we got? We got a Philly stack. We got Boston stack. I like Turner, Ario Devers, Kiki, Schwarber on the Phillies, Chisholm, Contreras with Lodel and Sale. Just built one with Sale. Uses some salary. I don't mind that. Phillies, another Angels, Marlins. Where'd my Houston stacks go? Rays, there's a Rays stack. Siri, Ariza, Wander, Diaz, Low. I like that. I kind of need pitchers. Where's the pitchers? Oh man. Okay. I want more Strider. Like 20% pitching. And I want more Lodel. 20%. Being too much Sale. Why isn't it going to pitchers? Okay. 20. Apply. Should be getting more of my lineups. Should redo my lineups. Right? Did it do that? Update projections. Shit. All right, guys. Ask your questions. We're dropping down here. We don't have many people. People don't like watching me build lineups, but people always ask me, "What do you build lineups? How do you build lineups? How do you build lineups?" I should throw a Met stack in there. Kind of like that. That's a good lineup, but I don't know if I like these cheap pitchers. It really wants me to play cheap pitchers. Now here's a lineup I want to play: Mullins, Mateo, Urias, Mountcastle, Rushman, Strider, Steele. Right there. That's a really nice lineup right there. I like that lineup. I don't know about Seth Brown against LA, but I really like that lineup. So I'd go over here and put that lineup in right now. I'd rather gonna move it off the screen so I can see what I'm doing. So we like that one lineup with Rushman and them. Baltimore's a team that I like today. Urias is batting lead off, so that's a good Mountcastle. Mateo. Cedric Mullins. I don't know why Cedric Mullins is really batting 8th. Wow. Interesting. Okay. So that's interesting. We like Strider and we like Steele as my two favorites today. Or I like this cheap option. And where is he at? There he is. And then second base low is a very fine option. He's very, very good. Now I might actually go make this and then Mike Trout one off. I like that. And then 3,300 left for our last outfielder. And there's that Confronto play that you like against Smith and the Yanks. I like that. Remember let's switch in Confronto over Seth Brown, but Seth Brown's going against Sandoval. He's got upside. Confronto's into a batting 2. I like that. Let's go with Confronto. All right. Yeah, but I mean, his ownership's going to be down, and SaberSim's pulling low ownership. See, 4%. Look at these guys. I switched this out to Confronto, but I'm playing this lineup. I might even play that in my big one. I got to build like a lot more lineups, guys. So like we're gonna be just looking through these and grabbing them. So, like I said, I just kind of go through lineups that I like. Alonzo, I don't have any Mets. They still grading out pretty good. Yanks is a lineup I want to get to. So I might play Yanks in my main. Like Judge, I want. Donaldson's super cheap. Torres at second, I like. Trevino's cheap at catcher. That's a good 4-man stack. And now you got to whether you play Rizzo or you play Stanton. Maybe we go with I like Rizzo first. So there we go. We got a Trevino, Rizzo, Torres, Donaldson stack. Maybe we play for Strider and we pay for load on this one, and then we kind of use our cheap plays here at shortstop that we like. In outfield, I don't really have the best cheap plays today. I didn't really bring a lot of value plays in. We got Estrada against the Yanks, San Francisco. We got Mateo at Baltimore. I think he's in now at shortstop. We do have some cheap Baltimore pieces, don't we? Actually, let me look at the top points per dollar stack. Braves are still so cheap. Red Sox. Let's look at them quick. So yeah, you guys are getting the full build today. What Rohde'S. Not that it's the best. Turner we can't use. Duvall we could use in outfield. These guys are still kind of pricey. Ooh, Kiki bat 9 and then Duvall in the outfield. Those are 2 price tags we need. Leaves us 3,100. So we got some options here. We could switch to a $2,600 Yankee and pay up at first base for a one-off. What would that look like? What? I can't do that. Oh no, that's shortstop. What am I doing here? Marsh, we like Phillies. They're popping. Cabrera, we could switch to him for the Yanks. Mancini. Oh, thank you. Low in the outfield. I always like this guy. Robbie Grossman just went off. Who else we got here, guys? Give me an outfielder at 3,100. Let's see. That's kind of a tough spot. I don't really like that. Maybe we just play Stanton and then we figure out how to get rid of Rizzo, and then we go with a $2,500 first baseman. D. Smith against Strider. That's not what we want to do. This Riley for Tampa Bay at 2,000. I like that. Gives us 500 to spend though. To Boston. Damn, Turner's only 3,800. Can I get to Turner? Boston Yanks stack. Look at that. What does that leave us for pitching? See how I build? I don't even care about who's in my lineup. It's just how it's constructed. Could have to do a steel one. Damn it. I'll refab this again and do another one. Oh man, that leaves us way too much money. We could go with Sale though. Sale Woodruff combo. Okay, we don't have that. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Got a lot to build here in 8 minutes. So I'm going to let you guys go. Oh, man, we got 11 people watching. White Sox, no idea if he is good or not, but he looks a good swinging the bat. Yeah. So what I do is then I start taking lineups that I already built, and then I'm going to go back to that Strider and low build that I liked. Lodel, but actually we have a little bit more money. We could probably get the Gausman, right? Oh, no. We can't. Not enough. We could go, where's Lodel? And first baseman, who did I have? This Milwaukee guy? No, we had this Luke Raley. I like him at 5. And we can pay up and get to 10-2. We could get Wheeler for, which we don't like. We needed $100. We're always short 100 or 200, ain't we? Just leave the 500. We got things to do. We still got to build a few more here. What other stacks did I say I wanted to play? Houston, I never got to them. They're expensive though, but I just grabbed my favorite guys. Tucker's awesome. Bregman, Pena, Corey Yunks. We'll just load up the outfield here. I need a cheap guy. Then we need catcher first, second. So what do we got? If we play cheap pitching, we play Steele, which I'm all in on this Steele guy if you haven't noticed. We play Strider. That leaves us 3,800. For catcher, we go Rushman, Mountcastle, and then a cheap second. Who's a cheap second? Didn't I just have a cheap second? Rayleigh, right? David Viller, Tampa Bay Walls, Ario, Gilmore, Urias is 3K. Can I get Strider down another 87? Oh my God, we're 100 short. We could play Urias, and then we would be able to play Lodel. But we'd fall 100 short. Son of a bees. Waxing. Not good, not good. Yeah, second's kind of terrible today, to be honest with you. Second is very terrible. There's only one guy. He actually projects pretty decent. He's the best value play for second today. Let's just roll it. Because then we got this really sweet Houston stack with Baltimore stack. Look at the studs bats we got. I like that. What's up, guys? Welcome in. Hit the like button. I don't know if anybody hit the like button. Probably not because it shows like lame, right? Just Rohde building his lineups with 5 minutes to go, and he's running out of time. Let's go with the stack again. Let's not play. Who do we not want to play? We want to not play a different guy. We not play Bregman. We want to play Brayu. I like that. I don't want to play these guys. Rohde under crunch time. It's awesome, right? Brayu. We're not gonna play Yunks. We can play Bregman. Could play a cheap outfielder, like one of the cheap value outfielders. I like Rayleigh and Yunks, Rosario. Another guy, Ruiz, leading off against Sandoval. Duvall. How much money do we got? Man, we can play Duvall. We can do this. Boston players. I'm just going to have to throw my lineups and stuff. I took too long with the show today, guys. Aria right at second. I like him. And leaves us a $2,900 catcher. Was the Boston catcher cheap? Navarez for the Mets, I always like. Where's the Boston catcher? McGuire batting 8th. 600 on the table. Well, fine. Maybe I'll pay up to Strider. There's only like one game early, right? All right. I'm just going to throw that lineup in this one. And then I'm going to go update. I got 3 minutes. So I need to update this one. What games are first? Houston's at 2:10. Okay, so the Yankee stack is the one I need to put this lineup in. Yankees with Boston, which starts at later. Let's just change this guy out so it's different. Ursula. That's LA, which they play later. So I can edit this one again, right? Tampa, Cincy, Atlanta. Later. Okay, I can edit that later. That's my main lineup. I'm going to change that. Off air, and then this is another one I need to change. Probably do the same one, and then we'll switch it up. We'll go with another guy that's playing Mateo. He plays at 410, so we just do that. All right, guys. Any last minute questions? I'm gonna throw a couple of these other lineups in and change my main ones. It's definitely not gonna be Houston. So my main one is not gonna be Houston. Probably gonna be the Angels. All right, guys. Hope you had a good show. Talk to you later.